Victory Monday. People, it is another edition of the Cheesesteaks and Takes podcast. Super happy to be here on this Monday after the Eagles got another victory on the season to go 2-0 after defeating the Kansas City Chiefs at home at their home stadium at Arrowhead. They got the W. We're going to talk about that game a whole lot on this episode, diving right into instant reactions from yesterday, from what we saw. Wasn't the prettiest of games, as we know, but
2-0. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. So instant reactions, we're going to throw it right to my father first. Dad, we watched the game together. I'm definitely going to talk about some of the things you said, but want to get your instant reaction right out of the gate.
Hello, everyone. My instant reaction is that I'm happy that we won. And I have to remind myself that it's only week 2. I'm going to say it again, we're not going to see this team, the real team, until week 4, week 5. I'm glad we won, but they looked horrible to me. Offensively, they looked horrible. And that was one of the first things that concerned me from the beginning with this team this year, how they were going to look with the new offensive coordinator, whether he was going to keep the same plays, put some new wrinkles in. I don't. He kept maybe 4 or 5 plays, and it seems like he keeps running them over and over again. You just continue to see the same plays over. It's tough to watch. Everything seems very hard for the Eagles to move the ball upfield. Whether you're handing it off to Saquon has run into his offensive lineman at least in these 2 games, at least 4 or 5 times.
Yeah,
that I've seen. He did it like 3 times yesterday. So I don't know if there's a disconnect between the offensive coordinator, Stoutland, Hurts, Sirianni. Whatever it is, they need to figure it out, and they have to figure it out quick. They looked bad for most of the game. They made some key plays offensively, but for the most part, I was very disappointed. Offensively.
Can I speak to that
defensively?
real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just real quick. I do kind of agree with you. Like, this is not the team we're going to see in a few weeks. But after watching the game, and full disclosure, I didn't watch the game live. I had to watch it on replay. But looking on social media, going on Blue Sky, going on Instagram, there's a lot of anxiety. And I think, and this is my take, I think a lot of fans are wondering if this is 2023 or is it 2024? 2023, I was saying the same thing. I don't think that team was similar, where the offense, like you said, Troy, everything looked really difficult. And we were saying, hey, this is not the team that's going to, in a few weeks, it won't be the same team, or when it goes to the playoffs, it won't be the same team. And that team collapsed. Even last year, team was struggling offensively, but they put it together and they won a Super Bowl. God bless them. So I think that's what a lot of Philly fans are feeling. Like, is this 2023 or 2024? The other thing is, you had mentioned like the coordinators, Sirianni, Jeff Stoutland. I think the common denominator is Sirianni and Hurts. Like, we were talking about the same issues with Brian Johnson, even with Kellen Moore, and now this year. And the common denominator is the head coach and a quarterback. It looks like the same offense that it was 3 years ago. So I think we need to kind of start there. And I don't want to be down. I felt really bad last week when I was talking about that win against Dallas, and looking back on it, that was a decent win. And going into Arrowhead and beating the Chiefs, where Pat Mahomes never loses, is a big deal. But it, like you said, Troy, it just looked really difficult. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I think the common denominator is the head coach and the quarterback. And I think the anxiety is coming from, is this 2023 or 2024?
I think we would give them a longer leash if we didn't see 2023. If we didn't have to
Yes,
deal with
I agree.
Brian Johnson, right? Like if this was
Correct.
something completely new where we didn't see this before, we'd be like, okay, we'll give it a couple more weeks. But at this point in time, I don't need, it doesn't take all day for me to recognize sunshine. That's not sunshine, what I'm seeing from the Eagles offense, right? So I need these guys to make a change now. They
Yeah.
need to make some type of change now. I'm not saying you need to fire the offensive coordinator. But maybe, give him some play calling. Sirianni maybe needs to take over some play calling, which I'm not really I'm not really high on. But if it's totally Kevin Patullo, someone needs to step in. And I don't know, like I don't know if you saw it, Chuck. But going into halftime, Hurts and Patullo were walking to the locker room. They were having a deep conversation about something. And my wife was like, yeah, you need to talk to each other because this is wrong. Like we all see that there's a disconnect there. There's some type of dysfunction. Once again, AJ Brown, and Kobe mentioned this, the only route he runs, or Noah mentioned, the only route he runs is a slant.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Their route tree is pedestrian.
Yeah.
I could make that up on my hand, the route tree.
Yeah. I want to hear Noah's kind of response. We kind of talked a little bit about this afternoon, and I don't want to go deep into it, but that the Dallas Giant game, the Giants were just launching it downfield. They didn't care who was guarding Neighbors. He had two guys on him. They were thrown in his way, and he was figuring it out. Same thing with CD. I didn't see Neighbors was double teamed. It looked like from the third quarter on, from what I can see on from the replay. CD was doubled every time, and they were still thrown in his direction. The Eagles don't do enough of that with their receivers. It's super frustrating. I just want them to throw it in AJ's direction and let him figure it out. He's going to get a PI. He might get a reception. At least make that corner work a little bit, and make the defensive coordinator just think about it. So it's frustrating watching that game. With Russell Wilson looking like Warren Moon yesterday. And then we could barely. I think we had one pass over 20 yards against Dallas. So I agree with you, Troy. I don't know though if Sirianni's the answer because I think he is a competent. I think a philosophy change. And I know we're talking about.
I don't think he's the answer either, honestly. But something has to change. Something. Yeah. Noah, you want to chime in?
You guys were mentioning how your offense kind of looks like 2023. I think it even looks worse than 2023 looked.
Wow. I didn't think you would say that because you're a Jalen
and it's
Hurts
crazy
apologist.
Because we have Saquon. Now we had DeAndre Swift back then. DeAndre Swift is not like
he's not Saquon.
I liked DeAndre Swift, but like looking back, like he wasn't that good of a back. Also, I saw somewhere on Twitter that I saw someone say the Eagles offense kind of looks like they're like running red zone plays like the whole drive. And that kind of makes sense to me. Like there's just like slants and then like a fade and then like
dump off.
It's kind of, and then the tush push. It's kind of like they're trying to like get to 3rd and 1 and like to do the tush push like on purpose. That's what it looks like watching, and it's very frustrating. And I feel like he was blitzed. They were blitzing Jalen like from what I saw. I only watched the second half on. It looked like they were blitzing Jalen every play, and there was many times the only routes on the field were like to the sticks. There was nothing. I saw a couple of clips on Twitter. I didn't watch any of the film, but I saw a couple of people posting clips on Twitter of Jalen Hurts getting blitzed, and it's like a obvious blitz look. Like there's 7 people on the line coming,
right,
and then there's like it's like 2 streaks and then like 2 comeback routes like at the sticks. Like there's nothing like that quick like over the middle to like where the backers are coming from, right over the middle. Something quick for him to hit. These just kind of like it's kind of like every time someone blitzes us, they try and like get a deep, like make a big play out of it every single time.
Are you saying that the Eagles make a big play out of it, or the defenses make a big play out of it?
I'm saying every time the Eagles get blitz, they don't think about having like something quick for Jalen to get to. They think about trying to make a big play happen off of the blitz. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
that's what it looks like.
I will say a couple of those slant plays to AJ came off of those zero blitzes that the Chiefs dialed up. And yeah, you're right. Like I remember even the long pass to Devontae came off of like a zero blitz. So yeah, they were looking for that deep shot a lot, but they did get a couple of plays, positive plays on like second and long where like they got stopped at 1 or 2 yards short of the first down to AJ. That were quick reads off of the blitz. Just wanted to point out.
And did AJ get targeted on anything other than the slant yesterday? I didn't watch the beginning of the game, so I don't know about.
That's a good question. I don't remember anything downfield.
Not that I recall.
He had that streak.
There was one, yeah, and they thought it was supposed to be a PI or something.
Yes, yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, but maybe the ball wasn't catchable. I don't know. They didn't throw a flag or anything. So yeah, that's.
I think that was the only play.
Yeah, that was the only one I saw.
Drew, do you have anything, Drew?
I think the offense is very situational. I think that's been like the Eagles' biggest weakness with our offense. I think in this game it also reflects it. We were only able to get the touchdown that Jalen Hurts got was only from his rushing. And he did the same thing in the last game against the Cowboys. So it's like we're allowing our quarterback to make those mobile plays without utilizing our other offensive potential. Like you said, let's say, we're relying more on defense. And I think that lack of offense is what gave Kansas City the lead at one point in the game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think if they keep that up, that is going to be more hurtful to the Eagles long term.
That's a good point. Like we are kind of harping on the offense. The defense did look good. I thought they looked
great. The defense looked great.
Cooper DeJean looked great yesterday.
He did, but you can't. Like there was a point in the game where I think we were up by 10.
He's invited to the cookout.
We were up by 10, and we had the ball, and we got conservative. It was like two Saquon runs and like a pass that I don't know, it got like maybe 8 yards, but it was already fourth down. They weren't going for it again. It's like why play so conservative? Like you're going to have to take some more time off the clock. Now's not the time to get conservative. Like you have to get first down still. And they were just playing like okay. And listen, part of it could have been our defense is playing great. I feel safe enough to put them back out there on the field and have them make some stops. But then that very next series is when KC threw the bomb and cut it to what did they cut it to 3.
Yeah.
But I also think when it comes to like dealing with a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, who has a pretty good IQ, when it comes to making those passing touchdowns, like there wasn't as much again offense that we could have done to make him make those mistakes like we did in the Super Bowl. Our offense was very consistent, I think, compared to these last 2 games. We were able to take advantage of that. Mahomes was making mistakes. We got how many fumbles did this man make? Right? How many interceptions did Mahomes make? We didn't do that this game. Either we're making mistakes or Mahomes may be learning. That just might also be the situation.
Hold up. To Drew's point, like where's that game plan that we had in the Super Bowl? That was offensively. Like where was that game plan?
It's a different coordinator. It's a different coordinator.
He was there. He was there. Like it wasn't like they plucked him from another organization.
Yo, Patullo was the pass game coordinator. If you guys didn't know.
Yeah.
I would never be able to tell that unless I
never.
Information.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
How about the drive you're talking about, Troy? Like I forgot what that was after. I'm pretty sure the defense got a stop. I don't know if that was after the interception. I don't think it was. But I think pretty sure the defense got a stop, and we were up by like 10. And I literally texted to my friends in the group chat, and I was like, watch us run the ball every play here.
It was ridiculous.
We literally ran the ball like 7 times in a row.
Right, and it wasn't late enough for us to get conservative or try to. It was just so frustrating to watch.
Yeah, it was.
Just get the first downs.
There was like 6 or 7 minutes left in the fourth at that point in time.
Yeah, right.
So you want them to pass the ball instead of running the clock down?
No, I want them to get a first down. Colby.
You could run the clock down with the passing game, though.
That's true, but lean on your strength, right? Saquon Barkley, offensive line.
Not when we're running.
I agree with Colby.
Not when we're running the most bland running plays, and they know.
I agree.
They have like 8 people
I agree
in the box
that during these last 2 games, we've been relying on running plays more than passing. But I think when it comes to running the clock, running is a bigger reward than a risk. If you're passing it with a low clock and such a small difference in the points, there's no point. There's only so much you can do based on the type of offense we're receiving as the Eagles.
I would agree with you, Drew. I would agree with you, Drew, if we weren't running the same 3 running plays. Like the defense is sitting on all 3 of our running plays. So you're right. We should be burning some of the clock, but with our pedestrian offense, like it's you got to pull out something. You got to pull something out of your ass. I'm sorry.
So again, you could guess what play was about to happen before it was even snapped.
On that note,
depending on the formation.
We were talking about that. Every time they line up in pistol, I was like, "Hey,
they're running it.
No, it's about to be a run."
Yep. So just on that note, I thought the play calling was like cowardly a little bit. They had 2 3rd and longs. They had a 3rd and 15 and a 3rd and 16. Do you guys remember what they ran?
AJ Dillon.
Yeah.
They had 2 draws on 3rd and 15 and 3rd and 16. Like, come on, chuck that down the field.
I think that comes back to what you guys were talking about, Dad and Chuck. Complementary football. I think that's what the Eagles were playing. Like they ran that ball on 3rd and 16 so they can pin KC back, play the field position game. And I think they drove down the field that next drive, and that's when Makuba had the pick. But your defense is playing that well. Like I think that was their mentality, is playing complementary football, play the field position game, make them go the length of the field, chew up the clock. And that's what they did.
But I feel like we do that every single game, though. And it's like I feel like every game towards the end of the game, where I'm always like biting my nails because like the defense has to like get an important stop. And it's like every single game. And it doesn't have to be that way. Like I know like they just want to like dominate the time of possession and like not turn the ball over, but like why do we have all these weapons and we don't use them?
Thank you, Noah. I was about to say, let's not forget who we have on this team.
Correct.
With Saquon, AJ, Devontae, Goddard. I know Goddard didn't play, but he's a top 10 tight end, one of the best offensive lines in the league. Like we have to. Everybody's being wasted to me at this point in time. You are wasting these players.
Correct.
Oh, and Calcaterra, he's terrible.
Wait, I like Calcaterra.
Did you? But I feel like he cannot block at all. Like every time
he's not a good blocker.
Every time he's on the field, like he's giving up. The reason that the Saquon's getting tackled is because Calcaterra missed a block. And I don't know if you guys saw, but the play where Hurts fumbled, like I think it was like the first play. AJ Brown is wide open, like running a seam. He motioned across the backfield and like ran a seam. He's wide open, but Calcaterra like blows his block, and like the guy's like literally about to sack Jalen. He has to run up in the pocket, and he fumbles it.
Wow, that could have been a big play to start the game.
So no, check out the all 22 for the next pod. I want to get your impression.
I don't want to watch it.
That's fine. You don't have to watch
it's your assignment. because you have no choice.
But listen, by this time we'll be off the Chiefs. It'll be on to the next to the Rams. By the way, I'm going to that game.
Oh, you are awesome.
I'm going to the Rams game. Yeah.
I'm scared. I'm gonna say that.
Kobe, you going to or no?
No, this is a business type thing.
Are you guys scared of?
I'm
not gonna ask.
Am I scared of the Rams?
We'll talk about that.
I'm not gonna answer that.
Yeah, we'll be on to the next game. But for now, on to the next quarter. We're going to bring up some key plays and turning points from the game. Personally, I'm sure we're going to talk about the Andrew Makuba interception. Devontae Smith's big catch, the 4th down stop at the end of the second half. Definitely that led to that Jake Elliott field goal to take the lead. A surprising call by Casey to go for it there, being really aggressive. Andy Reid. Those are 3 that really stick out to me. What do you think, Dab?
It's the same 3 plays, the same exact 3 plays. The biggest one was Andy Reid going for it on 4th down early in the 3rd quarter. I didn't understand why. Maybe he was just trying to give his offense a jolt. I have no idea why he felt the need to do that. His defense was playing great. Eagles' offense was not playing great. So, you play it as it's been played out the whole game up to that point. Like, let your defense lean on your defense a little bit, not the offense. And then on top of that, the play call was kind of, I don't know, if you're going to go for it on 4th and 1, that play call wasn't it for me. I would have had Mahomes roll out with an option, to pass it or something like that. I don't know. It just seemed odd. Overall, everything just seemed odd about that 4th down call. And the Smith catch was huge. I think that was the only time we threw the ball more than 20 yards, right?
In that game? I think so.
In that game.
Because they only have 2 20-yard plays the whole in 2 games. I think that's less than NFL.
Which is asinine.
Yeah.
That is asinine for this team last year who was breaking off 60-yard chunks. It seemed like once a quarter.
Yeah.
For them to have 2 20-plus yard plays so far this season.
This on that note, though, I think the good news is Saquon still has about 1,500 yards in those legs for the rest of the season. That's coming.
Is it? I don't know if it's coming. Not from what I've seen.
I think he'll get his numbers.
I don't know.
He's been averaging 4 yards a carry pretty much this year so far.
I thought he played well.
It feels like a lot of Saquon's runs are like a lot of him making something out of the runs.
No, right.
And it's
nothing. If he gets a big run, it's not because. What? Say that again.
The touchdown was him making something out of that play.
No, the touchdown he wasn't touched there. I feel like a lot of,
but most of the runs, most of his runs,
a lot of him. It looks like he's
like getting all the yards and everything.
He gets in the backfield and he's walled off and he has to look for somewhere else to go, like a backside hole.
I agree, and that goes back to my earlier point where he's running into his offensive lineman. Like that's I've never seen that. I'm talking about this team last year. I didn't see that last year.
Yeah.
What's the difference between last year and this year? What's the difference?
I think the difference
is he's running into Lane Johnson.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what's the difference?
I think the Eagles are just too predictable. I think the teams know it's coming. Like Noah mentioned, they're loading the box. They know it's coming. They're daring Jalen Hurts to throw. So
and basically there's really no elaborate plan to get the receivers open. I don't think. No. From what I've seen, like their route tree is just trash.
To me, it's not
trash.
I know Noah's rolling in his eyes, and I sound like a broken record. Just throw it in AJ's direction. Let him figure it out. Let him figure it out.
They're not going to do that. There's just not, like Jalen's not going to do that.
Dallas does it
Why
with
he did
CD.
it last year?
The
He did it
Giants
last year?
do it with neighbors. It can be done.
He's done it before, but he'd rather take care of the football and play complimentary football. That's just how they've been. That's how they've been the past 2 games.
In 2022, I used to see Jalen throw the ball to AJ Brown in triple coverage. Even in 2023.
Yeah. Remember that game against
Last year,
Pittsburgh?
Yes.
And
he had like 2 touchdowns and it's like over like Minka Fitzpatrick and like
yes. It was like 3 guys hanging off of him. They still threw it in his direction.
I don't know. Like, and I'm just not seeing Jalen Hurts. Like, I love Jalen Hurts, but he's limited in some of the things that he can do with his arm.
100%.
But he loves throwing the deep ball. Like we die by that, and I'm not seeing it. I don't know. So I don't. That's not the typical Jalen Hurts I'm seeing. So I don't know what it is.
It seems like Jalen Hurts is, again, I think we'll go what Troy was saying, just being a lot more conservative. That's really it. And
so is it him? Is it him or is it the coaching staff? Or is it
I think it's a combination. I think Jalen Hurts needs to become more familiar with Patullo and his offense. I don't know if Patullo is really confident himself. Like, he coaches like he's not confident with his play calling.
I guess, Troy, but it looks like the same offense that we had 2 years ago and last year.
But that's a problem. That's a problem.
Do you think it's worse, Noah? Do you think it's worse?
We threw the ball down the field way more in 20 with Brian Johnson. No?
Remember we were in Daytona Beach and we watched that debacle. They ruined our vacation.
But our defense
was
terrible.
Yeah, you're
our
right.
defense was terrible.
The offense didn't play that bad.
Our offense was still like top 10 back then.
Yeah, good point. That's a good point. Yeah,
and it's also week 2. Like, I don't think they've needed to throw downfield, and I'm not saying that
I think
you won't need to throw the ball downfield the rest of the season, but they gashed both the Cowboys and Chiefs for over 100 yards on the ground in both games. Like,
Chuck, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
What would this offense with these same exact players look like if Mike Marsh was the offensive coordinator?
The greatest show in South Philadelphia. That's what it looked like.
That's what it should look like with this team. I don't want a rookie coordinator with the keys to the car. I don't want a rookie, and I hate Mike Marsh.
Mike Marsh is still alive. He's still alive, Troy. I think we can get him.
I would love to see what he would have done with this. And Mike Marsh, for you young whippersnappers, he was a head coach for the greatest show on turf, which was the St. Louis Rams with Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt. They were a track meet up and down the field.
The Eagles
they were excited to behold.
Eagles played them in the NFC Championship.
We lost to them. It was a good game too.
Is he still around?
Yeah,
he's probably in a walker right now.
Yeah,
but he's a brilliant mind.
We don't want him. But we just need that mind. We need a mind, an innovative mind. It's very apparent to me. Kevin Patullo is not. His mind's not innovative. Kobe, what do you want to say? What do you know Kevin Patullo or something?
Listen,
did you go to school with him? Is that your boy?
It is way too early. Is way too early to make declarations about Kevin Patullo being creative.
I want him out. I want him gone.
Wow.
He's on the gone list.
Listen, no, I don't want him to lose his job. I don't advocate for anybody losing their job, but I wouldn't mind if you put him for a transfer.
How much do you think the Kansas City
and take a Dory Jackson with him?
No, give Dory his flowers. He played well.
What?
He played. I didn't hear his name that much.
He played better.
He played better. He wasn't a Cliff Branch out there.
There was one play where Dory literally was on the ground. And
Yep.
What do you mean he was on the ground?
And Tyquan Thornton's wide open. And
that could have been
Patrick Mahomes.
That could have been bad.
Do you guys know how I could share my screen? Because I have a picture of AJ Brown's route tree right now. If you guys want to see that.
Yeah, go to you know where you're at the bottom when the mic and the camera is?
Oh, I see.
For our audio listeners, Noah's gonna put something on the screen. I hope it's clean. You explain this to us, Noah.
That's his route.
As you can see, there's only slants and a whip route. That one whip route, he was open. I would say Jalen didn't look his way there. He was open there. But other than that, there's that one wheel route. And the rest were just slants.
What the heck is that? Like the third line.
Can you see my mouse?
No.
I don't think you see my mouse. Yeah, the whip route right here where he goes in and it goes out.
One next to the one like where it goes up
on
and
the left side.
Yeah, that's because after the whip route, it was like scramble drill, I think, and he was just running around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that looks like
that's
something
what we're
I would
looking
make
at
up
right
in
there.
Madden. That looks like something I would make up in Madden.
No, you've run better plays than that in Madden. That's crazy.
Or like you said,
I'm talking about when I was 12.
And that one wheel route was wide open, but that's when Calcaterra missed the block.
And gentlemen, that's
amazing.
Top 5 receiver in football, and this is what he's working.
That is freaking amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, everything's to the middle outside of 2 plays.
He should. They need to have a meeting with Patullo.
I mean, how much do you think playing the Kansas City Chiefs had to do with the offense not being at their best, top defense?
I think it has something to do with it. Obviously the Chiefs were biting at the bit to play the Eagles again. With something to prove. I thought that their defense played very well, played a lot better than they did, obviously, in the Super Bowl. But listen, bottom line, the Eagles were just better. They're a better team than the Kansas City Chiefs. So, I don't know. And plus, they're banged up. Offensively, they're banged up. So they couldn't really hold on to the ball like maybe they normally would be able to give their defense a little bit more rest.
Yeah, that's good.
But overall, the Eagles are just a better team.
Yeah, we were pretty confident, Troy, about the W. I think the last pod Eagles should win this game, and they did. And to Kobe's point, it's tough to go into KC and win. I think Pat Mahomes has lost like 5 games there, ever.
Two of them to the Eagles.
2 of them to the Eagles. Okay, there you go. So, I mean, it was a tough, no matter if they're banged up or not, that's a tough place to go get a W, and the Eagles did it. So, I know we sound down, but it was a big win.
0-2 with the way we're talking.
And Troy, if you're right about this is not the team we're going to see in a few weeks, you know what? At least they're winning and they're figuring it out, and hopefully they will figure it out. Unlike like I said, I still have nightmares from 2023. They never figured it out, and the defense got worse.
They never figured it out, but 2023 they were 10-1.
Yeah, but everyone was complaining. People were still complaining about that team.
But I again, this goes back to one of my original points. I have PTSD from 2023.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't have a long leash for this year.
Yeah.
I don't want to continue to say, oh yeah, but we still won the game, and it's week 6. They don't look good, but it's still on a game. I don't want that shit anymore. I don't want to see it.
I totally agree with you. I want to win. I want to feel good about the win. I don't want to do that.
Right.
I had to pull it out. So, and then I don't want to keep bringing this up. You see Russ just killed Dallas? That's exactly what I wanted the Eagles to do. Just throw it. Just throw it downfield.
A game-ending interception in overtime too, because that's what happened.
Yeah.
No, because our defense was better. Our defense is better than the Giants. So Dallas is not scoring 40 points on us.
No, they're not. They're not.
And when it come down to us throwing a pick, come on, son.
That back seven is trash in Dallas.
You don't know that.
You heard me, Jeremiah. Jeremiah, you're listening. That back seven is trash.
In 2022, we used to take team souls. Like, we didn't used to just like try and squeak away and like keep the ball away from them and like play good defense.
No.
Yeah.
And we didn't have the weapons that we do now.
All right. Well, with that, we'll head to halftime, where we're going to kick it to Drew for a couple of social media takes, a pop culture update, if we will. So, Drew, take us through what you got.
All right. So, if anybody's a fan of Abbott Elementary, Philly native Quinta Brunson filmed an episode of Abbott Elementary for season 5 during the Phillies Braves game, where they got 19 to 14, 19 to 4. I guess I want to leave this up to my dad and Troy. I guess a question for you is what is the earliest memory you have of Philadelphia pop culture entering the mainstream?
That's an excellent question.
It is a good question.
I want to go a little
it's
deeper.
Rocky. It's Rocky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
at least for me.
Yeah,
that was the earliest for me.
Do you like that movie,
Rocky?
Troy?
Yeah.
I like it too. It's one of my favorite movies.
So like
last time I was in Connecticut, we were watching Rocky.
We were watching Rocky. Me and Drew were watching Rocky. So that's a good
every home game still. The Rocky intro. They play the Rocky theme song. Don't they still
play it every chance they get?
Yeah, it's I think I was talking to, and Troy, you might disagree. I was watching Rocky with Jill. Jill's not a big Rocky fan, but without Rocky, I think Philly would lose a lot of its cachet a little bit. I think it really helped. I think that was a great call out about Rocky. It really brought Philly to the forefront.
Yeah, listen, that was all we had at one point. Yeah. Like, we were good with the Broad Street Bullies, the Flyers, but like Rocky. Listen, we have a statue of Rocky, at the art museum. It's silly, but it was a big moment for the city of Philadelphia. So, that's my first memory, and I was 6.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I didn't see Rocky until later. I think I saw Rocky 3 in the movie theaters, but I didn't see Rocky until I was a little old. I think I saw Rocky 3 before I saw Rocky.
Really?
I might have saw Rocky 2 before I saw Rocky. But if you guys haven't seen it, I don't know, Drew and Kobe, have you seen it, Kobe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is
like Troy, my daughter, she's all Rocky. She loves Rocky.
Okay.
She loves all the movies, all the Creed movies. Yeah.
Would you agree 1 and 2 are it's a love story, it's not a sports movie?
1 and 2?
Yes. Well, more 1 than 2, but yes.
No, I can't call Rocky
a
love story.
It's definitely
listen, there's
I agree with my dad.
Yeah, I can't.
I agree with my dad. I think
when I watched the first time I saw Rocky,
I was like, story between Rocky and the city of Philadelphia, Rocky and boxing, Rocky and his dog, Rocky and his turtle, Rocky and Adrian.
Yeah,
when I first saw Rocky, I was like, when are they going to start fighting? Like, it took forever for them to fight. It was about him and Adrian and their love together, and you saw her blossom with Rocky's love. I thought it was pretty awesome. It's a great movie.
All right,
great movie. So it was a good call.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was. I think I saw Rocky 4 like on HBO when I was like a teenager, and then I finally saw 1 a few years ago with Dad. And then coming back recently, we saw the other sequels 2, 3, 4. So
Rocky
we had a
4.
Rocky marathon.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
As we
good
should,
call with that
as
Rocky.
Philadelphians.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hey, you got anything else for us, Drew?
I mean, I guess we'll swing back to Quinta Brunson. Like, I like Abbott Elementary.
Love it. That's
even
one
though
of my favorite
even
shows.
though it's filmed in California, I think it's about Philly. Yeah, I believe it's actually filmed in California.
I want you to research that. I want to.
Yeah,
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I didn't know
Yeah.
that. But yeah, she reps really hard though, which I love about her. So that's great.
I first was introduced to Quinta Brunson via BuzzFeed before she even got the show. So that's how I learned about her. And then the show, it's a great Abbott Elementary is a great show. You puts visibility on the city, then you put visibility on teachers. I think it puts visibility.
Let's slow down. Unless they're gonna like sponsor this podcast, which they can.
But we were just talking about Rocky. Are they going to sponsor us?
They can if they want. This DM cheesesteaks and takes at our Instagram handle if you want to sponsor this show.
All right.
No, it's cool. I like that show too.
Yeah, but that's really it.
Clear this halftime was not sponsored by Abbott Elementary, but this third quarter might be moving forward, maybe at some point down the line, where we're going to bring up a player spotlight from the game against the Chiefs. Who stood out? Maybe talks about some duds as well, some underrated performances. I think Jake Elliott is an underrated performer.
Yes, you stole mine. That's what I was going to say. Okay. Jake Elliott.
I think he's an underrated. I mean, that 58 and that field goal he hit was supposed to be from 52 before the penalty. So to come up and still hit it, it would have been good from like 65 with the way he hit it. So that was.
He's killing this year. We were worried last year. We were worried about anything beyond 50 yards, and right now that automatic. And he's got to go down as. It's a little early, but he's got 2 Super Bowl rings, clutch kicks. He might be a Hall of Famer. I know that not a ton of kickers in the Hall of Fame, but I thought that kick right before halftime was momentum changing because they needed that. And again, I watched it on replay, but I can just imagine watching it live. They needed that. To me, they needed that field goal.
Yeah, 100%.
He was huge.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Corby. Go ahead.
You still want to outlaw kickers, Dad?
I do. Except the Dallas kicker. The Dallas kicker can stay. That guy's good.
Yeah, if we didn't have kickers, we would never score. You'd score like
Very good point, Noah.
That is a good point.
Very good point.
Adoree Jackson, anybody want to give him a little love? I didn't hear his name called like every 5 minutes.
I saw him miss a tackle.
He got trucked. I saw him get trucked.
You saw him get trucked. All right.
Speaking of getting trucked, Andrew McCouber got trucked. Andrew McCouber got trucked by Patrick Mahomes. But other than that, I want to spotlight him. Other than that,
yes,
he played great.
He played great. He had half a sack, interception, 6 tackles.
He had that one tackle. He got one tackle for loss on like 3rd down.
Yep. He got trucked by Mahomes, but and dragged by Kelsey. But what I took away from those plays were he was in position to make a play. Like he just seems to have a nose for the ball and always seems to be where the action is. Right. I saw him all game long, just flying across the screen. Like I really like that kid. Another guy, I think he had an underrated performance was Zadarius Smith. We just picked him up.
Oh yeah,
he had 4 tackles and half a sack. He stuffed the run a few times. I thought he played. I thought he played very good.
He did.
He had a great game.
Great game.
And you brought it up during the interception, Dad, that McCouber was right there, and I don't think we should take that for granted. Like a lot of other
always seems to be around the ball.
Yeah, like
what'd you say? I'm sorry, son.
A lot of other safeties might have not been in that position where it would have just been an incomplete pass, but he was ready. If Reed couldn't make the play, he might have been able to make a tackle on Travis Kelce before getting into the end zone. So
Correct.
Speaking of like underrated, and I know I had mentioned this last podcast, and I mentioned even in previous podcasts that I'm not a big stat guy. Even though he didn't have the greatest game of all time, you have to give it to Jalen Hurts a little bit. The brother is, I think he's 16 and is it 16-0 now in his last 16 games? He's either 15-1 or 16-0 that he started and finished.
Right.
And
like
since
the last. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And since 2022, he has the highest winning percentage of any quarterback. It's him, Pat Mahomes the second, and Josh, and then Lamar. Like he wins. I have to give him his flowers.
It's
not pretty, but he's winning.
It's not. And he beats every quarterback that all of these pundits put in front of him.
Correct.
He beat
every quarterback on that list that I just named. He beat
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Handily.
Yeah.
Not handily. The Bills game, that was a great game. I thought that Bills game crushed the Eagles for the rest of the season, but it was a great game. Last year. Not last year, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I say the Bills game because physically, I think they just got finished playing KC. They had a 4-game stretch of Miami, Miami was like lighting it up.
Mm-hmm.
I think a few games before that, Miami scored 70 points, right? They played Miami, they played KC, they played Buffalo, and then the next game they played San Fran. By the time they played Buffalo, they were done physically. Like Buffalo beat them up physically. And San Fran just came in and just cleaned them up.
Yep. I remember that, yeah. Good point.
I think we were just trash.
Is that what it is?
Listen, to be 10-1 and trash, that's pretty impressive.
I do not feel good about a single one of those 10 wins that we had that year.
They weren't.
Yeah,
they weren't.
I agree.
The KC win you weren't happy with?
No.
That was literally just like the game that they played yesterday. It was like the same.
Remember
score.
the drop that they had in the end zone?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they had a drop touchdown. They did have a drop touchdown. Yes. Yeah, they did. But that team was flawed. Even though they were 10-1, they were
like the Chiefs last season.
Yeah. But anyway, I want to shout out Jalen Hurts. He's winning. The brother's winning, so I can't
I have nothing.
He is the one
bad to say about him.
No,
he is the one.
You would think your coaching staff would like trust him with a little more,
You would think
at this being 16-1 in his last 17 games.
But you know what? Again, I think we had this conversation before. I would love to see Jalen if you see the blitz coming, you see 7 guys on the line, they're ready to come after you. Whatever play you're about to run, get out of that. Audible out of that. Put yourself in a better position. And I don't know if he does that. And if he does do it, he's doing a bad job of it.
They did that last year. That's how they killed them in the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, no, check that when you check out the all 22. I wonder if he's doing that. See if he's checking out his stuff. If he was doing this game, he was checking out the wrong stuff.
I don't remember him checking out of stuff yesterday. I could be dead wrong, but I don't recall him checking out of stuff. And I'm like, the blitz is coming, and they just still run whatever. It seems like they're running whatever play they had called in. So,
do you guys think? You think AJ's hurt? Anyone?
Kind of. It's crossed my mind more than once.
Yeah.
I heard AJ Brown is better than most receivers in the NFL. So.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking about those routes you showed us, Noah. That doesn't seem.
He looked fine on that. He looked fine on that wheel route he ran. He was like nobody was near him for like 5 yards.
Yeah,
I don't think you're ever 100%. Most players aren't 100%. If you're out there, you're out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. With that, we'll transition into the last quarter where we're going to talk big picture, what this game means moving forward. Maybe a little preview of the Rams game that you're going to, Dad. That'll be a big time home game, and some final thoughts. So we talked about this game a lot on this episode. I'll throw it to you, Dad, first. What do you think this means moving forward for the Eagles? Is it time to make a big change? Do they what do you think they do? What do you think this means moving forward?
I think listen, most likely they're going to give it some more time with Patullo making the play calls. I personally think you want to get on top of this sooner rather than later. There's obviously an issue with the offense. Is some type of disconnect between all parties involved. You want to get on top of this and just correct everything that needs to be corrected. If that means that you take some play calling away from Patullo, then you do it. And you start tomorrow when you walk into the office and you let them know, listen, I gave you a couple shots. Like let's make this a more collaborative effort as far as the play calling. I was screaming for Frank Wright. I was like, I give me Frank Wright back, but he's
Hold up. You were screaming
coaches,
yesterday first? You were screaming yesterday?
Yes, I want him back. I want him back. Man, but he already coaches. He coached it, dude. Like their offense was the most dynamic Eagle offense that I had seen when he was the offensive coordinator. So call me crazy. Call me crazy.
I just saw his work.
We're not going to get him because he's a college coach now. So whatever. But yeah, something needs to change. I'm not going to wait. I don't want to wait another 4 or 5 weeks. Even if we do win these games and say we won, but yeah, they don't look good. I don't want to do it.
I think that's the good thing about what we've seen these past 2 seasons is you guys brought up 2023. I think they went through the process of learning from that season last year when we saw this sort of kind of the same thing happen and they made changes. Like they became more of a running team. Like Saquon, they fed Saquon. He went and got 2,000 yards. So I think they learned their lesson last year, and that makes me feel a lot better moving forward about this season. That something like that in 2023 won't happen again.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
Colby, to your point about learning, though, if they truly learned, then they wouldn't have hired another rookie coordinator after going to the Super Bowl.
What do you mean by that?
Right?
I don't.
They wouldn't have. They go to the Super Bowl in 2022, 2023. They hire Brian Johnson, his first time being a coordinator, and I screamed back then, "Why are you giving this guy who's never called plays in his life this team who has Super Bowl aspirations once again?" They win the Super Bowl last year, lose a coordinator. They don't hire another guy, another veteran coordinator off the market. They hire someone who's never called plays before. Again, with a Super Bowl caliber team whose aspiration is to win another Super Bowl. I would not have done that. I did it one time. I learned from my mistake. I'm not doing it again. It's not happening. That was the reason why that was my biggest concern going into the season, how the offense was going to look.
I can't push back because the results were horrible. I just feel like we are going through similar things after 2 games this year. And we're, 2 coordinators deep since Brian Johnson. I don't know.
You're willing to give him more time.
I think Sirianni has eyes. I mean, he could have. Maybe you're right. Maybe he'll go into the office tomorrow and be like, you know what, dude, you need to figure this out. And here's the other thing I just want to mention. We talk about big picture. I know last week I gave Sirianni all the credit in the world because, the receivers really weren't like. They were under control. They accepted their roles and they weren't like going to the media and saying, hey, they need to throw me the ball. But quite honestly, I'm hoping that AJ has a little bit of a blow up. I hope he says,
me
you know
too.
what?
Why would you want that?
Throw me the ball. Like I'm
Because
hoping he
sometimes
goes in there and like talks to the media and his front page, AJ's upset. I'm really hoping he does that. I think that may shake up the team a little bit.
Yes.
I don't
I don't think he has to go to the media with that. Like, I can just talk to the team.
Yeah. I
Okay,
like
yeah.
whatever.
That's fine. That's fine.
I do think
I
he
just want to
needs
hear it.
to.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And listen, Kobe, doesn't have to always be like completely negative. Like it's a positive way. Sometimes tough conversations need to be had in order to progress, right? So this could be a tough conversation that Patullo and his receivers and his head coach and his quarterback, they all need to have with each other to move forward.
Right. You don't think they're doing that now?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if they have after 2 games and they continue to look. If they had a conversation, I don't think they had a conversation yet. It's only been 2 weeks, but I would expect if we see another offensive performance, like we did the past two weeks, somebody's going to say something. I would expect AJ Brown at some point to say something.
Yeah.
So
Devontae Smith to say something. I would expect, and also I love the fact that we have Saquon Barkley in the locker room now because he's a big time leader. I would expect him to say something also. Maybe he can talk to AJ Brown first and be like, let me handle it this way first before you go in and do your thing. They seem to have a good relationship, right? So maybe Saquon could be the voice of reason with everyone.
I just hope it doesn't take a loss for that conversation to happen. They might
It shouldn't.
see that we're winning and keeping their mouth shut. They lose to Rams this week, and then that conversation happens. That's going to be annoying. Let's have the conversation right now and beat the Rams. Don't let them come to Philly and beat us.
That's why I think last year was so important, because I think they learned from the year before when they were winning and still weren't changing the way that they were playing. They did that last year. So I expect, like you guys said, those conversations to be had, and I expect them to get better. All right, fellas, final thoughts.
You guys think we're going to beat the Rams?
After I want to see your all 22 breakdown first, and then I'll let you know.
It's just going to look exactly like it looked last week. Like I don't even.
It's going to be a tough game because their defense, they're going to bring a lot of pressure. Like, it's going to be a lot like the KC game. I think it's going to be a messy game.
No, my final thoughts are just I think after a few days we're going to feel a little bit better about this win, just like the Dallas win for me. Initially, I was like, man, I don't want even Dallas to have a moral victory, and I was annoyed by it. And as the week went on, I was like, you know what, it was a good win, division game. Same thing. It's hard to go into KC and pull out a win, and they did it. So I think we'll feel better about this win, and as the week goes on.
All right, we shall see. With that, we'll wrap it up. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, like, subscribe, let us know what you think, give us recommendations. And we'll definitely be back to recap the Rams game this Sunday and to talk more about what's been going on in the NFL and with the Phillies playoff postseason coming up in baseball. We'll be talking about that as well. So with that, hope you guys have a great week.